It's parking lots or major streets just like this one. We are seeing flooding all over the place and also a whole lot of stalled cars as well. I am standing in some of that still water. There's also a lot of mud too. In areas that you're not seeing a whole lot of water, you're still seeing that leftover mud. And if you look over at the intersection of 6th and Rankin, you can see just how many cars are going down these streets right now, even though there's significant flooding in a lot of the areas.
Yeah, that's right. So folks can expect the same time frame every weekend. That is 9 p.m. on Fridays through 5:30 a.m. on Mondays.
So starting at 9 this morning, you'll once again be able to visit these cute little penguins, also reptiles at the zoo.
APD says the basket actually rode the power line. You can see exactly where it happened, seeing that damage right behind me and that gondola detaching from the envelope, from the balloon, eventually ending up at the intersection of Central and Unser.
It is a sad day in New Mexico. This is our tradition. And to see a balloon go down like this, it's heartbreaking.
You're looking at viewer video taken moments after the deadly hot air balloon crash.
It sounded like gunshots. It was like a loud boom, boom, like a quick 3. And then that's when I seen the balloon already going by itself. And I was like, well, where's the basket? So I figured the basket would be on this side, if anything, and sure enough, it was there. And
Joshua Perez was one of a handful of witnesses who rushed to the scene.
And I was just thinking, save these people, and you could just see them in the ground. No one was moving.
The gondola in flames, the balloon nowhere to be found.
Another guy brought a fire extinguisher. He rushed over there, started spraying it off, and the other guy turned off the propane.
When first responders got on scene, 4 people were dead, including a male pilot and 3 passengers, 1 man and 2 women. Police say their ages ranged from 40s to 60s.
There's a 5th individual who was transported to the hospital.
Hours later, we learned he didn't make it.
Fatal accidents are pretty rare.
Chopper 4 flew over the crash scene as multiple agencies, including police, fire, the FAA, and National Transportation Safety Board, looked into what caused the crash. Power was out for hours as PNM waited for investigators to give them the okay to turn it back on.
It's just a very tragic situation. Our officers, who arrived first on scene, had a tough time when they saw what they saw. These things are just horrible.
Viewers sent us chilling video of what looked like the balloon falling without a basket. The envelope later found just 2 miles south in someone's backyard.
The balloon itself traveled with the air somewhere else, but yeah, when they hit the lines, the basket fell.
Devastating. An entire community in love with the art of ballooning, and the pilots who vow to carry that tradition.
I wish we could have done more.
Joy Wang, KOB4.
Or is it the 2 plays of the night from the Wellington-Clarington game? Look at this pass, Luke Williams to Arturo Tellez. Look at the moves, the catch, the better route. Gets into the end zone. More Luke Williams. Out of the half. He will find JoJo McKnight, and good night with that grab. Are you kidding me? An insane one-handed grab.
The floor of our church is the Rio Grande River. The importance of the Rio Grande is that it's the lifeblood for our communities. We're still here, This is our backyard. As indigenous communities along the Rio Grande, how we relate it to the river is via our songs and prayers. And our prayers are answered, and here they come. We use that good energy that's being brought by the river into our fields, and we have not only healthy bodies, but also healthy communities. It's not his story, it's our stories. It's coming from here. People still think we live in teepees, right? I have a kind of a different sense now, instead of being rush, like, just kick it and let the flow take me down.
Watamu na paiopovigio kawe na kaya omu na pinditoa omu na povi ochute.
We have guides representing Taos all the way down to Sdera.
There's hundreds and hundreds of petroglyphs, and that's because this is one of the main travel ways for the tribes.
There's lots and lots of stories, even personal stories, that our guides share.
Start dancing around age 4 or 5. Some people will do like Ganges 3.
Singing songs, what those songs mean to them. We also use this as an outdoor classroom, right? We're part of that education system when they come here. And we talk about who we are, and hoping that these individuals go back with a different sense of way to live. But I think the best ones would be when we bring all these young high school age, really young kids that come out here, and we bring them down the river, and they have a better appreciation for what they have in their backyard. A lot of these kids, they grow up within that four-wall classroom setting. And when they come out here, their minds and their eyes are open because they find, okay, wow, this is what I've been reading about. And they see it here, and it just yes, yes. And it's a lot more fun too with those small rafts. You can just zip around. And it builds teamwork, you know, because everybody's paddling in those small rafts. You have to work as a team. And hopefully people, after these trips, when they leave, they appreciate that and appreciate the outdoors.
Wrigley, sit.
This 2-year-old Labradoodle
Yes, good girl. Stay.
is AFR's cutest first responder.
Knuckles. We've had her since December. She's only been doing client visits for about 3 months.
But in that time,
Wrigley, up.
this crisis response canine
Yes, good girl.
helped a whole lot of people.
I'm in our community paramedic division, and we go out and meet with folks that are struggling with addictions or complex medical conditions. Wrigley, come. With dogs, there's unconditional love, right? There's no judgment.
And out in the field, those puppy eyes seem to do the trick.
And we visited with people that were unwilling to go into rehab or detox for the addiction they were struggling with. And after 45 minutes of visiting with Wrigley and playing out in the yard, they came up to us and said, I'm ready to go. Wrigley, sit.
Even a good treat
Leave it.
can't distract her dedication.
It was just amazing to watch her work. Yes, good girl. With what we're doing now, it's a long-term relationship of 3 to 6 months working with these folks.
Encouraging them to get help and end the cycle of addiction.
Wrigley, jump on.
And somehow,
Down.
she just knows
Wrigley, visit.
exactly what to do.
She enjoys it. She really enjoys connecting with people.
At the end of a long day, Wrigley gets to de-stress too.
Wrigley, come. Every evening she gets a 3-mile off-leash hike in the Sandias. She's a dog. She needs time to be a dog as well. So she likes to go out there and bark and chase squirrels and bugs. Dang it. Yes, good girl.
How has Wrigley changed your life?
I've been in emergency medicine for 16 years, so I have some of my own personal struggles with depression and PTSD. And she just really grounds me and is able to help me with a lot of that anxiety and depression.
You get emotional when you talk about her impact on you.
So growing up, I always had a dog. Yep. I lost a dog tragically when I was young, and I never had a dog after that. Jump on. I've always been fascinated by working dogs, and it seems like my life's come full circle.
She found her perfect partner.
She did.
Every week, you'll find Zion Flint delivering the weekly case.
I read a book, and the main character in the book starts a newspaper, and it looks like he's having a good time.
What was their paper called?
The Neighborhood Tattler.
Well, how'd you come up with the weekly case?
I just thought of detective cases, and I thought, I can't do this daily, so yeah.
Let's rock and roll, buddy. He is always doing different projects all of the time, so I was like, okay, this is what we're gonna do today, so I was like, we're just rolling with it, yeah.
Did you expect it to keep going for months?
I didn't.
Even I didn't. I thought this was gonna be just a one-issue gag, and then that would be it.
Months later.
Hi! What's up?
Awesome.
Wow, new issue of the paper.
Awesome. I love Fridays.
A visit from Zion is the best part of this neighborhood's week.
Just came to drop off your hopefully favorite paper.
He's super outgoing and extroverted. I don't know where he gets that from. He loves to draw, he loves to read and write, so it just kind of was a natural fit to do a newspaper with illustrations.
Some issues focus on crime.
Last week, some hooligans tried to burn down Astro Zombies. See anything suspicious, alert your neighbors. We all want to keep each other safe.
There's even weather reports.
Ever since Monday, the weather has been pretty indecisive. Can we expect the same today and tomorrow?
And after a tough 2020, an article looking into the new year.
2021. We want this year to be a good year, right? Here are some things you can do during the year to make it good.
Well, as parents, I have a vision and a direction, but I have to like step back and just let him do what he wants to do.
Thank you, paying subscribers.
And it's, always better than what I imagined in the first place.
Each issue has an ad,
Estate sale.
an advice column,
Dear Zion, I think I've watched everything on Netflix. What do I do?
and even a fun fact.
Did you know that the first item ever sold on eBay was a broken laser pointer?
Everything he does just takes off, and it's really amazing to see the community rally around him to make these things happen.
Next week we'll do another ad with you, okay?
Wow, okay, thank you so much.
We might change it up a little this time.
At the end of third grade,
Hello. Hello. Thanks, of course.
Zion was supposed to have a talent show. But that never happened.
It was just one of those ideas again where it was like, well, we can do this. We'll just do this in the backyard. And I thought maybe 20 people tops, like performers and guests. And then
So they had
again,
a sound system. They had
we
a
had a
PA,
sound system.
yeah.
We did the whole thing. We had prizes and round, it was a whole thing.
Calling all performers and attendees too.
We went to his talent show, and so did the shop and the trophy people.
We had 50 people there, and a professional chef doing a food demonstration. And
It's just so amazing seeing these people come out and just
like a little
support me.
celebrity.
The weekly case is now at 24 issues.
Get creative, draw a picture, learn a new language, explore your neighborhood.
Readership has grown.
And you got a big old staff. You got a lot of people. You got a lot of people living with you.
From dozens to about 100 people.
Hello!
With online subscribers too.
He inspires me all the time. So we're so proud of him.
Zion plans to keep publishing
This week on the new issue of the paper!
until at least 50 issues or the end of the year.
I don't expect this idea to die out or end anytime soon.
And his subscribers hope it won't either.
This always brings me a joy. I'm still in a smiley mood. Let me just, so my mouth doesn't start to hurt. Felt cool doing that.
Everybody wants to be a cowboy. I've been there, done that. So I don't want to do that. It don't pay very much. The people my age grew up watching Westerns on TV or listening to radio, whatever. New Mexico has so much history, Western history to it, that it's unbelievable. I've always had a fascination for the Old West. I wanted to do something out here, so I built the town for us to play in. I'm trying to keep that history alive and keep the younger generations to where they can learn about this stuff, because once it's gone, it's gone. There's no bringing it back. I've had people ask me, where did you come up with the name of Gabarilla? Gabarilla is, not only is it an old name, it was my granddaughter that died at 27 days old. This has a lot of sentimental value. Technically would rather rent it than sell it, but if somebody wants to pay the money, then we'll go from there. We got the hotel, we got a church, and the general store. I like the detail, so that adds to the authenticity. My dad always told me, he says, you can do anything you want if you make up your mind.